Continuing with our journey on the data processing agreement, in this video we are going to talk about the key components, what should be included when you are creating a data processing agreement. The agreement that you write with your subcontractors, with your subprocessors, on how exactly the processing of information collected on your behalf would be done. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And I said, let's talk about the key components of a data processing agreement. So, what are those? To begin with, what is the scope of processing? What is the kind of data that has been collected and is being processed? What are the specific purposes? Whether it's marketing, whether it is, uh, payroll processing, PF processing. What is the specific purpose of this data being processed? What are the type of subjects? You can say, am I processing? If I'm saying I'm processing payroll or PF, then the data subjects are my employees. If I'm saying I'm doing marketing, then the data subjects are prospects, future customers. So accordingly, you can classify your data subjects. For how long the processing would happen? It's a marketing contract for a quarter, for example, or 6 months, or a longer one. What is the data retention policy post processing? So once this contract is over, say in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, how would the data be processed, or what would be the state of data after the contract is over, which is very, very important. Why it is important? That unnecessarily the data should not be lying with your subprocessor, and that lying over there without your knowledge, without protection, a breach should be or would be owned by you. So without a clear scope, the vendors may overstep or misuse the data. Then the second important component is roles and responsibilities, which in a way you can say is the main purpose of creating this DPA. What is the role and responsibility? The first one being, are you a processor or are you a sub-processor? Which means, am I as a fiduciary giving the contract directly to you, or is it that I gave a contract to party A and party A is now giving you the contract? So the exact role, whether you are acting as a direct processor to the fiduciary or a sub or a sub processor to the fiduciary, needs to be defined as the most important thing in the document. What is the access control for data? What are the usage restrictions? What level of people do you have in your organization? What level of people would be able to access the data? Right? So usage restrictions. Are you honoring the purpose of processing? The purpose of processing is with you. Are you taking care of the purpose? Is it clear? Is the data being processed as per the purpose? And it is your duty to assist me for compliance. Whenever I want to audit, whenever I want to monitor, whenever I need to review any of your systems, it's your duty to allow me to do that. Regulatory accountability differs from processors and controllers. It's different for different levels. It is different for processors, it's different for controllers. Next important component is security measures. Again, that's very important. Who is accessing data? Or where are the logs getting created of data access? Is the data encrypted or any other privacy enhancement technique being used, like anonymization, pseudonymization, etc.? Is the data segregated, differentiated between various categories, being personal to employees or customers? What is the backup requirement, and are they catering to the backup requirement laid down by you in the overall system? What is the breach notification protocol? If there is a breach, how would that be handled by the contractor or processor or subprocessor? And therefore, it should also help define the resilience and expectations in case there is a incident. So the security measure is another important component. And then you have sub-processors and their data transfer. So if your processor is further sending it out to a third party, did I allow it in my contract? Was he allowed to hire a sub-processor? If yes, what was the role of the sub-processor? What are the conditions under which a sub-processor is required? These are part of the DPA signed between the fiduciary and the processor. And if in case the data is to be transferred outside the country, then additional details about the cross-border data transfer rules, etc., are also required to be a part of the system. So concerns uncontrolled outsourcing, offshore transfers need to be carefully handled. Data subject rights and assurances. The most important part of privacy is the right of the user whose information is with you. So data subject rights are to be addressed by the fiduciary, and you as a processor or as a processor are responsible for helping them answer this. Data fiduciary remains answerable, and the processor or the sub-processor must assist them. They are not competitors, right? They need to provide the information. Audit clauses, termination. So right to audit has to be there by the fiduciary itself, whether you are a processor or a sub-processor. I should have the right to audit your information, your processes, review them, get them changed as and when I think it is appropriate, whether it's due to regulations, whether it's due to a change of process. Review your overall data management practices, one most important being when would you delete the data after processing, how much time, and how would the deletion be done to ensure that the data is not recoverable. What is the ownership of data post the contractual obligation is ended? So, audit and termination clause prevent vendors to misuse data after the end of the service. So, that's what the key components of DPA. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press bell and the like icon, subscribe to my channel, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.